Hey, I'm Ka-Lok. Should you choose a brand name or just use your name for your business? Hopefully I can help you come to a decision after this video, but the TLDR of my opinion is if you're asking this question, probably your own name. You can continue with the rest of the video and I'll share some of my experiences with you. What name to run with is something I considered a lot when I started my business 8 years ago, and it's still something that I actually reconsider from time to time. This is for those that are in the creative services industry, marketers, solopreneurs, freelancers, even partnerships. Essentially, you offer a service. So let's get right into it. Anyone that has ever asked me this question, including myself, wants to pick a company name for one reason. It's always one reason. It's to appear bigger, more established, and more proper, right? And I totally get it. But is it the right decision? Does a name even matter? And are there any benefits to using just your own name? I think there's a few things to think about and questions to ask yourself. Are you building something that you want to be bigger than you and separate from your own identity? Are you a multi-entrepreneur and you want to build several businesses? Do you plan on hiring a team to eventually take over? And do you hope to sell the business in the future? If that's the case and yes to those questions, then maybe a company name. But on the other hand, who are you serving? Is it massive corporations or is it smaller firms, independent businesses, and basically mom and pop shops? Whose voice are you writing in your newsletters and marketing material? Is it essentially you? And when someone hires you, do they get you? And when someone calls you, is it you who picks up the phone? If that's the case, then maybe just your name. I get wanting to appear more established to get new leads, but if on a sales call, you pick up the phone and you turn up to do everything anyway, then eventually they're going to find out it is just you. And some companies do actually frown upon working with soloists and independent contractors, so that could work against you. Plus, you want your clients to filter themselves out to save your time qualifying them anyway. So my personal story with this is a big household brand name got in touch with me several years ago when I was doing more hands-on creative production work. Their marketing team asked to speak to my sales team. My sales team is just me, and I wasn't hiding that fact that it is just me, but when I started speaking to them and they realized that, suddenly they weren't so sure. But I get it. Big corporations want a less risky option, and there's a misconception that big agencies do it better. I don't like videos where it's not a straight answer, so let's answer this question straight, but for my own business. The name I chose 8 years ago, and it's still the same today, is Erudite Pictures. I chose that name with a partner when we started a production agency, and the goal was to potentially have it bigger than the two of us, maybe having several freelancers under our wing, and to run it like a production house. But things change, my focus shifted, and it's evolved into what it is today, which is much more of a consultancy, and it's just myself now. So actually today, it probably makes more sense to just use my name, since I'm the sole director, and if you hire Erudite for creative direction and consulting, you get me. The only reason I haven't changed the name yet is because, honestly, I don't think it matters all that much. It's just the name my professional alias now operates under, I suppose. So I can't make the decision for you, but anyone who has ever asked me this question, or has even ever thought about it, has realized that it crosses over and it's quite personal at some level. So the answer is likely use your own name. The pitfall that I see people fall into when they choose a brand name to be all proper is that they start acting more proper, and so they start doing a bunch of superficial stuff to look and sound the part. Whereas in the grand scheme of things, the name doesn't matter all that much. You can always change it, and more time is probably better spent serving your customer and building your business, because they won't care what you're called as long as you're the best option. Hopefully that helps you make a decision for your business. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Or if you have any questions on creativity, creative thinking, or creative business related questions, just let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.